Hi, Virat. Yesterday, Virat, both Vittori and Saha spoke about the difficulties you guys or the players will have in the twilight period to adjust with the pink ball under lights, or especially when the transition happens from the day to evening. But historically, the numbers of day-night tests suggest that the wickets generally fall more on the first session. So your take on that, is it the freshness of the pitch, the grass, the pink ball, or the transition of the twilight? What is going to be the more difficult thing?
I think in general, if you haven't played with the pink ball before, it's going to be challenging throughout the game. That's what I feel. You'll require more concentration, more solid technique, more compact game compared to the red ball, purely because anyways, in the longer format, the ball does a lot more than the white ball. And add not having great visibility or the ability to pick that color, it makes it even more difficult. So as you can imagine, the decision making will have to be very precise. Your idea of off stump, and I think that's going to be the most crucial thing, because even yesterday when we practiced, you felt like the ball could be closer to you, but it's actually not that close to the off stump. So I think that channel one will have to be careful. And even with catching the ball, we felt like how you feel like the white ball in afternoon. You don't really know how far the ball is, and then it hits your hands very quickly. And even in the slips, it was flying pretty fast. So I think the extra glaze on the ball is making it travel faster, and it hits the hands very hard as well. So it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be something which should excite everyone, because sometimes you need to change the template and be excited for new challenges and new things that you're going to try out. So I think we'll have to be very precise, and our skills will be tested in this test.
Virat, following up on the first question, I mean, now that you have said that you will be open to playing pink ball test in other countries also, I mean, what kind of sort of practice games would you like to have while going forward, say playing a test match in Australia with pink ball? Would you like to have an added practice game with the pink ball before you plunge into that?
I think it depends when the test happens. If it's the first test, then obviously before the first test, whatever practice games you play, one of them can be normal, red ball practice game, and one before the test could be a pink ball practice game. But if it's the second or the third test, then I would ideally like more break between the two tests and have a practice game before the pink ball test, whenever that is. With obviously playing under lights. So it can't be before the tour you play a pink ball test practice game, and then the test is actually the third game. That wouldn't make any sense. So I think whenever it is, there should be a practice game planned just before that test, and accordingly we should have enough days in between.